Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today I have updated all of these old data sheets to have the new rules from the Adeptus Mechanicus codex coming out. Games Workshop sent me a PDF of it. I can't show you the PDF, of course, but I can show you what has changed on all of these data sheets, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, these are the old cards, but I've added all of the new changes to them. And let's go ahead and check them out. So it used to be Rad Cohort Detachment Rule. Now it's called Rad Zone Core, and Rad Bombardment has been updated. So it used to be at the start, people would have to choose at the beginning whether it was Battle Shocked or has a chance to take D3 mortal wounds, and now it's better, as is the Fallout as well. So it says, bombardment. At the start of the first battle round for each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone, your opponent must decide whether that unit will take cover or stand firm. Now these aren't exactly the wordings you'll find, but basically means the same thing. If a unit takes cover until the end of the battle round, that unit is battle shocked, and on a 5+ takes D3 mortal wounds. If a unit stands firm, on a 3+, it takes D3 mortal wounds. Which means, I would imagine, people are more likely just to take the D3 mortal wounds. I guess other than instances where they were never planning on using the model for grabbing objectives. Anyway, but I'm assuming people would be more likely to take the D3 mortal wounds now, but Fallout is similar. At the start of the second, third, fourth, and fifth battle rounds, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone. On a 3+, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound and takes a battle shock test. Love that part, because there will be probably units camping on an objective in their deployment zone. So they used to just take 1 mortal wound, but also a battle shock test. So if they fail that battle shock test, they're not getting that objective, which is cool. Makes it nastier. Love that change. Love that change. The Doctrina imperatives, Protector imperative, and Conqueror imperatives have not changed. So that is still the same as it was. And then the enhancements for Rad Cohort have changed around. Some have just changed their names. One is gone. The Archived Purge Protocols is just gone, and there's a new one to take its place. The excoriating emanation is the same, but now it's called Malphonic Scissors. The Master Annihilator is the same, but now it's called Peerless Eradicator. The Omni Sterilizer is now called Autoclavic Denunciation, but it's Adeptus Mechanicus model only. The Bear's ranged weapons have the anti-infantry 2+ and the anti-monster 4+. So there was something in addition to that, but that is not the case. You just get the anti-infantry and anti-monster 4+ abilities for the Autoclavic Denunciation. Okay, so the stratagems. My Vengeful Fallout is gone. No, I loved using the Vengeful Fallout. Now, there are other things that have gotten more powerful. But first, let's look at the Bulwark Imperative. It's gone up to 2 command points from 1. But it now has no restrictions. So your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its target, 1 Skitarii unit from your army, and if the Skitarii unit is battle line, you also get another Skitarii non-battle line unit within 6 inches as well. So that's 2 guys that would be the target of this imperative. That is the target of 1 or more of that enemy unit's attacks. So until the end of the turn, models in your unit have a 4+ invuln save. And it used to be you could only get it, I think, if you had the Protectorate doctrine going ahead, but now there's no restriction at all. And then we've got the Baleful Halo has gone up to 2 command points, but it does a bit more, like the previous one. 1 Adeptus unit from your army is the target. that was selected as the target of one or more attacks, but if that Adeptus Mechanicus unit is battle line, you can also target one friendly Skitarii unit that is not battle line within 6 inches of it to be the target of this baleful halo, and then until the end of the turn, each time an attack is made that targets one of your units, subtract 1 from the wound roll. So that's nice, and that's in the fight phase. That's nice. Extinction order is the same. Lethal dosage has changed entirely. It now gives lethal hits. So for 1 command point, you're in your shooting phase, 1 Adeptus Mechanicus unit that hasn't shot yet until the end of the phase, ranged weapons in your unit have lethal hits. Love that. If I had to lose Vengeful Fallout, the fact that I get some lethal hits is really nice, because getting past some big armor is always great. Aggressor Imperative doesn't have the restrictions, don't need the Conquer Imperative active. Instead, it's changed around though. 1 command point. Your movement phase, target is the 1 Skitarii unit that has not been selected to move this turn, plus another one if this Skitarii unit is battle line, so plus another non-battle line Skitarii unit within 6 inches. Effect, don't roll to advance, just add 6. So that's great. Whatever the Aggressor Imperative was before, I don't remember what it was before, but now it's just, don't roll to advance, just add 6 for 1 command point, and you could put it to 2, which I think I might use that sometimes again, because of the changes in these guys. I am going to be using Doom Crawlers with Rangers. Maybe I'll be using that at some point. I'm not sure yet. I'm still practicing with it, and I hope you enjoy the battle report, which will have them in. So, Pre-Calibrated Purge Solution is a new stratagem. It is a battle tactic stratagem. It's for 1 command point. When you're shooting phase, target 1 AdMech unit not selected to shoot this phase. And of course, if the target unit is battle lined, then you get an additional Skitarii unit that isn't battle line within 6 inches of the original target. Effect until the end of the phase. If these units make a ranged attack against an opponent unit in the opponent's deployment zone, you can reroll hit rolls, so that is super nice for 1 command point. Super nice for 1 command point. Alright, so I am a bit sad that Vengeful Fallout is gone, but I do love the addition of the lethal dosage to get lethal hits, and Advanced 6, and Pre-Calibrated Purge Solution. It's nice. I have never really found this to be worth 1 command point, I guess because I don't get a lot of command points. But maybe that's just me. I mean, it could be handy, but I don't know, on a 4+. Anyway, I've just found it. I haven't used it myself yet. So, I have these in alphabetical order, so if you were only looking for a couple of different things, they're in alphabetical order. You can figure out where they are. Don't worry about this. This was just my notes of points cost, but points cost haven't been finalized yet, so don't ignore all of this, s'il vous plaît, please. So the bomb rack says it has been a slight change. Each time this model finishes a normal move, you can select 1 enemy unit to move across and roll 66 for each 4+. That unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So that is a slight change. Goes from 4+. I don't even remember. I didn't play this unit, so I don't know what it was before. But it's now 4+. And there's no more bracketing on the Archaeopters. None of the Archaeopters now have bracketing, so that's cool. That is the only change that is for the Fusilier. And there is no change except for no bracketing now for the Stratoraptor. And the Transvector, again, has no bracketing. Oh, and it cannot carry Cataphron Sidonian Skratos. That's the new Mr. Stilts guy, as well as jump pack models. So it can't carry Cataphron or Sidonian Skratos either. Belisarius Call. Belisarius Call has been nerfed, really, so the changes he had are a bit less than they used to be. The mantra of discipline or or it used to be, I think, re-roll tests or something like that. And now it says, while a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time you take a battle shock or leadership test for that unit, you can add 1 to the test. And then this one, I think, was brought down as well in power. While a friendly Adeptus unit is within 6 inches of this model, that unit has the benefit of cover against ranged attacks. I think it was a bit better before that. And now he has a Cult Mechanicus keyword, which I imagine is going to be handy for one of the detachment rules that is coming out, which I'm going to do another video on just for them. So, Corpuscari Electro Priests. This ability is gone. They now have something called Electroshock, and they're Cult Mechanicus as well. Oh yes, I do remember now. One of the detachment rules are definitely about Cult Mechanicus, guys, so you want to check that out. Electroshock. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, select one enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, that enemy unit is shocked. Not battle shocked, shocked. While shocked, subtract 2 from its move and 2 from its advance and charge rolls. I'm still not sure whether I'd ever play these guys myself. Maybe. A Cybernetica Datasmith. He starts the Castellan robot starts the battle in Aegis, in the Aegis Protocol, So, which is to add 1 toughness characteristic to Castellan robots in that unit. So now they just start with the Aegis Protocol, and you do not need to take a leadership test anymore for him. It just automatically happens. He chooses which one he wants. They start with the Aegis Protocol. You don't need to take a test. You just choose it in the command phase, which is great because sometimes I completely forgot to roll for the test when I misread it the first time. So I'm glad now because then I don't have to remember it. And all of the things where it said Archaeotech pistol, they're now just called Mechanicus pistol. That's the only change. And these are part of the Legio Cybernetica, as are the Castellan robots. And there is definitely a detachment that has to do with them. And then just a little note, while he's attached to a Castellan robots unit, while he's leading well, I guess attached would be. Anyway, while he's attached to a Castellan robot unit, he loses his infantry keyword. That's all. The Fulgurite Electro Priests. I was really hoping for a buff on these guys, but they got nothing except for Cult Mechanicus. Maybe the Cult Mechanicus, I'll have to take a closer look at it, but maybe the Cult Mechanicus will help them get better. The Iron Strider Ballistari, I was really nervous would change for the worse, but they changed not at all. They're exactly the same. I love those guys. Castellan robots, right, so they are Legio Cybernetica, and a small little change here. Their Heavy Phosphor Blaster, which has gone to 2 damage instead of 1, the Heavy Phosphor Blaster, and then the Castellan Phosphor Blaster has gone to a -1 AP, but only 1 damage. And then the twin Castellan Phosphor Blaster is the same, -1 AP, 1 damage. So that slight changes there. I'm not particularly bothered by it. And then it was always supposed to have the 1 twin Castellan Phosphor Blaster plus close combat weapon. It's finally on. It's on there now. It's written on their new data sheet. Cataphan Breachers. Their ranges have gone down. So the heavy arc rifle is now 30-inch range. The Torsian cannon is now 36-inch range, which I mean is still a fair distance. And they are part of the Cult Mechanicus. Besides that, we have no changes. And Cataphan Destroyers have Cult Mechanicus added to them, but besides that, no changes. Not including any points differences that may be. The Onager Dunecrawler, I very much enjoy this change. I've changed my army. Well, I always had 3 Onager Dunecrawlers in my army, but now I've changed my army to include rangers running around with them, and this would be why. So it used to be you'd choose the war gear between a broad spectrum data tether and smoke launchers. Now you just have the smoke keyword, so they always have the ability to do smoke, and you can always choose your broad spectrum data tether. Yay! And for anyone who's faced off against Onagratoon crawlers, you probably noticed their fantastic 4+ invuln save. Well, now they have a field around them that gives their 4+ invuln save to battle line units wholly within 6 inches. So, Emanatus Force Field Aura. While a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line model is wholly within 6 inches of this model, that model has a 4+ invuln save against ranged attacks. It's beautiful, and I very much enjoyed that so much. That was the only change for that, but it was such a great change, and I had to paint up my rangers. Now, the Tauraxi Sky Stalker, for some reason, has a comma between Tauraxi and Sky Stalker now, and there too, even though my comma moved around. But besides that, there's no change to them. The Tauraxi Sterilizers, however, have a change of their Searing Conflagration, and I've written down what the change now is, and of course the Tauraxi now is a comma there. But besides that, there is no change. Yeah, so we're going to read the Searing Conflagration. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack with the Phosphor Torch being the torrent weapon up here, and everyone besides this alpha has this torch. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack with a Phosphor Torch that target an enemy unit within range of an objective marker, reroll a wound roll of 1. If this unit is also within 6 inches of one or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line unit, each time such an attack targets such a unit, you can reroll the wound roll instead. So that's kind of cool. They'd like to be near battle line units. And Cerberus Raiders have Mechanicus pistol instead of the Archaeotech pistol, and that is it for their change. That's it. The Cerberus self rounds do have a little bit of changing. All right, so they had another more powerful pistol, and now that has changed to a Mechanicus pistol, which has devastating wounds, pistol 18 inches, 1 attack, 4+ ballistic skill, 6 strength, AP -1, 1 damage. So it's just a basic Mechanicus pistol, which used to be called the Archaeotech pistol. So now that's that. And then their twin phosphor pistols are no longer twin phosphor pistols. So then they're gone. Instead, you just carry 2 phosphor pistols. So those who assembled them with twin phosphor pistols, you still have the twin phosphor pistols, but now it counts as 2 phosphor pistols, as it says there. It will just tell you that you have 2 phosphor pistols. You just want to roll it twice. So no twin linked, but double the shots of what it was. So, and then the Cavalry Arc Maul's attacks have gone to 1. And then a slight change, a little bit of a buff. It says each time, not buff, a nerf. Each time this unit ends a charge move, select 1 enemy unit within engagement range of it and roll d6 for each model in this unit that's within engagement range of that enemy unit, adding 2 to the result if this unit is started its charge move within 6 inches or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line units. For each 4+, that enemy suffers 1 mortal wound. So it's just making certain that you have to get all of your guys within engagement range of that enemy unit to do that possible mortal wound on a 4+. And that is it for the Sulphur Hounds. The Sicarian Infiltrators have an additional ability that they didn't have before, and it is called Voices of the Code. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of 1 or more units with this ability must take a battle shock test. So that's always nice. That's a great little ability to have. Give them a bit more danger. The Sicarian Rust Stalkers have no changes other than that tiny little comma between the Sicarian and the Restalkers for some reason. And I guess because there's more Sicarians, I'm not sure. But there it is. The Skitarii Marshal had a control stave that did abilities, but that ability is now gone, and he has a Mechanicus pistol instead of the Archaeotech pistols. It's the same thing, but new name. But yeah, his control stave has no effect now. He's just using it. So a bit of a nerf for that fellow. The Skitarii Rangers, again, their Archaeotech pistol has just gone to Mechanicus pistol, otherwise the same, completely the same. And yes, I had to, because of, you know, all the previous editions where you have to spend more points to get any of these bonuses, I had to paint up all of these guys because I need all of them. Because why wouldn't you take all of those cool weapons now that you could, unless you don't want to deal with all of those different abilities from all the different weapons. Oh, yeah, this was a change previously, but just to remind you from this original data sheet that they save on 4+ and their invulns are 5+. That was a change before this codex came out, but in case you missed it, Vanguard and Rangers change on 4+ or 5+ invuln. Or 4+ invuln if they're wholly within 6 inches of Onager Doomcrawler now. But beyond that, there has been no changes for the Vanguard from there. The Scorpius Disintegrator and the Scorpius Dune Rider now have a smoke, which is great. Besides that, though, we've got no changes to the Disintegrator. We do have a change for the Scorpius Dune Rider. You used to be able to disembark models from it even if it advanced. That is not the case anymore. However, we have this ability called Fire Support, which I like that. It says, in your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit scored. It scored one or more hits against this phase. I think I messed that up too much. Let's read that again. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit. It scored one or more hits against this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly model that disembarked from this transport this turn makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, you can reroll the wound rolls. So for me, I put Vanguard in here. So you disembark the Vanguard, you shoot with this guy first. Disembark the Vanguard, you shoot with this guy first, and then you shoot with your Vanguard or your Rangers, and you can reroll the wound rolls if you shoot at the same person. And I very much like this. His Cognis Heavy Stubber Array is now twin-linked. So, better, in my opinion. I mean, I did like the fact that you could disembark the models even after advanced. I definitely liked that. But I also like this. And I absolutely adore the twin-linked. Rerolling failed wounds is awesome. So I am content. And he's got smoke right away. So I am content with that change. The Sidonian Dragoons, they are now separated into 2 different data sheets, which means you can take twice as many as you previously could. So that's interesting. This might be on the one data sheet. This might be a little bit hectic. Okay, so just follow me. Okay, so Sidonian Dragoons with Taser Lances have the regular stat line, 10-inch movement, 7 toughness, 3+ save, 7 wounds, 7+ leadership, and objective control 2. And Phosphorus and Penta, any numbers can be equipped with this Phosphorus Penta. So they can have the Phosphorus Penta, and they have Taser Lances, of course. And then either of them have the Broad Spectrum Data Tether, and A has Elevated Strider, where this unit is not shoot though. This unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn it fell back, and you can reroll the Desperate Escape tests taken for models in this unit. So neither of them can shoot after it fell back anymore, but you can declare charge in a turn which it fell back. Okay, and the B one don't have that. So that is, and then they both have gained smoke as well. Now, the Sidonian Dragoons with Radium Giselles have radium Giselles, of course, and they have Iron Strider feet, so they don't have, they do also have the ability to turn them into Phosphorus Serpentas. They don't have Taser Lances, they don't have Elevated Strider, they do have Broad Spectrum Data Tether, and they do have B Focused Hunters. At the start of the battle, select one unit from your opponent's army until the end of the battle. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets that unit, you can reroll the hit roll. So they basically got the Space Marine, what is it called? I'm drawing a blank, but you know what I'm talking about. They can reroll hit rolls at the start of the battle for one unit, though. The Space Marines get to rechange it every round. I'm drawing a blank anyway, but yeah, that's cool. The servitors are gone, so this is not a servitor anymore. This is actually a Sidonian Scatros. So the Sidonian Scatros is 8 inches movement, 4 toughness, a 4+ save, and a 5+ invuln save, 4 wounds, 7 leadership, 1 objective control. He has stealth and he's lone operative, and this model cannot be a warlord. So this model is equipped with a pistol, a radium Giselle, and its Sidonian feet. So it has the Mechanicus pistol, the radium Giselle, and you can change out the radium Giselle for the great Scatros Transuranic Arquebus, which is better than a regular Transuranic Arquebus. So the Sidonian feet melee weapon have 3 attacks, 4+ weapon skill, 3 strength, 0 AP, 1 damage. So try not to get it into melee combat. That's not what it's for. It has the Mechanicus pistol, which is the regular Archeo tech pistol. It has a radium Giselle, which is anti-infantry, heavy, precision, 36-inch range, 1 attack, 3+ ballistic skill, 5 strength, AP -2, 3 damage. So that would be really nice anti-Space Marine. And then, or you can have it equipped with the Scatros Transuranic Arquebus, anti-monster 4+, anti-vehicle 4+, heavy, precision, 36 inches, 1 attack, 3+ ballistic skill, 7 strength, AP -2, D3 damage. So lower, like dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts is what I'm imagining. Sort of anti-vehicle stuff. But there's more. Okay, Dread Snipers. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. That unit must take a battle shock test. That's great. Achillean Eye. Each time this model makes an attack with a radium Giselle that targets an infantry unit, you can reroll the wound roll. So even though the strength is lower, you can reroll the wound roll, which is fantastic. Each time this model makes an attack with an Arquebus, the Scatros Transuranic Arquebus, that targets a monster or vehicle unit, you can reroll the wound roll. So that's like being twin linked for this Arquebus, which means that 7 strength, you can still go towards higher strength items because rerolling the wound roll, you have a much better chance. And then, of course, it comes as only 1. But really what's great about it is that it has lone operative and stealth. You just sit it somewhere, getting your objective perhaps. 8-inch movement is not bad at all. And you just ping away at things. And then cause things to take battle shock tests. That's great. With a 36-inch range, that's a really handy model, the Sidonian Scatros. I will be painting mine up and playing that one. Absolutely, I've got to try it out. So, the Tech Priest Dominus. The Phosphorus Serpentant now has the pistol keyword on it, and it has Cult Mechanicus as well. But besides that, he is unchanged. The Tech Priest Engine Seer has Cult Mechanicus. His Archaeotech pistol is now Mechanicus pistol, and he can't lead servitors anymore because they are gone, but besides that, he is unchanged. The Tech Priest Manipulus is Cult Mechanicus. I did say that guy was Cult Mechanicus. I don't remember if I did, but he's Cult Mechanicus as well. And besides that, he is unchanged, though. While this model is leading a unit, weapons equipped by models in that unit have the lethal hits ability. I don't know if he's as useful to you now that Onager Doom Crawlers can give an invuln save, and now that you have a stratagem that can give. But then again, not everyone is going to be choosing the stratagems from that particular detachment, so I guess he would still be handy there. The techno-archaeologist is called Mechanicus. The archaeotech pistol is called the Mechanicus pistol now, and other than that, he is unchanged. And that is all of them. All of the changes. I am so excited to try all of this out. Thanks for watching. Like the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. I must thank patrons and YouTube members that help support the channel and keep it thriving. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you are enjoying a fantastic weekend.
You sounded like Cookie Monster. Oh, I have brownies, by the way.
Oh, good. Yum, yum.
Okay. I'll get a little bit closer. I can't go back any further. Got paint my eyes. Okay. This brings me back.
So all battle reports.